Hello, pre-calculus. This is a book problem from Stewart, section 1.4, number 3. I typed it up here, but you can see it in the book. It says that point P, 2 comma 1, lies on the curve. Y equals 1 over 1 minus x. All right? And then it tells you that if Q is a point, and they give this point here, and this is point P, they want you to find the secant line, the average rate of change, the secant line between 2 and these values. And again, you can see your textbook for those. Everybody, I want to walk through some things first. One of the things I want to make sure we see out of the gate is that point. I can confirm that 2, negative 1 is on the curve. I can literally check 2, negative 1, right? Plug in 2, 1 minus 2, y is negative 1. We got to remember that these points, I could have just told you that it was x equals 2 and you'd had to find the y, but they gave us the y. So 2, negative 1's on the point. That's great. Also, I hate how they wrote that in the textbook. So I want to make sure we see that it's y equals 1 over 1 minus x. And I always want to put the x first. So I'm going to go negative x plus 1. And then I'm going to factor out the negative and put it on top. So it's negative 1 over x minus 1 is the way I think of this function. And that means that I can graph this from our mother function, 1 over x. Right? It's shifted 1 right, and the negative sign flips it. So here it is, and P is at 0.2, right? If I change get a marker up here. So P is at 0.2. And our first values here, right, are going right here. So everybody, I want to be clear now. I'm going to set this up as a rise over run. So PQ, slope, MPQ. Again, the y value is 1 over 1 minus x minus negative 1 for the y over x minus 2. All right? I can simplify this if I want, or I can do the values here. I'm going to simplify. All right, I'm going to write it as 1 over 1 minus x plus 1 over 1. I'm going to multiply by 1 minus x. All right? All over x minus 2. And I'm going to get that this is 2 minus x over 1 minus x. I got to extend the board. Oh, there we go. And I find it again. So now it's up here. There it is. Over x minus 2 over 1. So again, I'm going to change this right here to negative x plus 2, right? Which means we're going to factor it here in a second, because I'm going to multiply by x minus 2. And again, I want you to see that this factors, all right? That this negative sign comes out, and we can make this x minus 2. And we literally can get to 1 over 1 minus x. Now, do you need to do that? No. Does it help you put in your calculator? Sure. You can do this, but either way, we're going to use our TI calculators. And I want to be clear, because you want 1.999, when you're putting in the x value, you want to put in 1.500, so you can use second entry, 00, and 90. I don't want to take video time with typing that stuff in. So I'm just going to enter the values. I used Excel and just actually inputted it. 6 decimal places, so at this it was 2.0s. This was 1.1. It was 1.01 repeating. It was 1.001 repeating. All right. And then for the other values, here we go. If I put right in the other values, and I hate the order they put these in, but they said 2.5, 2.1, 2.01, and 2.001. They put these out of order, all right? So they really, when you're trying to think of the points, it gets a little ugly. So it's 0.666667, 0.909091, because you round, it's 90 repeating, 0.990099, and lastly 0.999001. All right, and those are the secant lines, guys. Those are the secant lines. When you plug in either this or your simplified version in your calculator using x is 1.5, right, for both spots. The next one you change x is 1.500 to 1.900. Then you go to the third value, change it again. And again, that is a skill for the AP, all right? So we have this table. And then it says estimate the tangent line at 2. Not secant, it wants the tangent. Now we gotta be a little careful, so I'm gonna use my highlighter. I wanna be clear. We wanna look here. It goes from 2 half away and 2/3 half away. When we get to within a tenth, it's 1.11. When I'm within a tenth, yeah, it's there. So now we're getting to the ones we really care about. So I'm gonna change color. So when we're 100th away, we're here. And then when we get right up tight, I'll go back, we'll light blue. When we're 1,000th away, we're here. So then we look at these two, and what's between 0.999001 and 1.001001? Well, how about 1? So letter B, all right, is going to be estimated at slope of 1. Guys, if you want to graph this, you can do it, but remember, we don't have to do those graphings for this. Again, this is problem 3. It's part of your homework, all right? Make sure you understand it, that you can do this. Make sure that you can work your way through the process and get these values, all right? Have a good day. Talk to you later.